win tonight in front of all of these guys?
It was so incredible. This is my first time and I do well, so thank you.
Something extraordinary is unfolding in the California desert, and the entire tennis world is starting to realize that this is far more than just another early round match. This is the kind of moment that quietly announces the arrival of a new era in the sport. Inside Indian Wells Tennis Garden, the iconic Stadium 1 is already packed to capacity. More than 16,000 fans have filled every single seat hours before the tournament reaches its dramatic final stages. What makes this scene even more astonishing is that this is not a final, not a semi-final, and not a farewell appearance by a legendary champion. It is simply a third-round match. Yet the atmosphere feels like a championship night. Cameras are ready, broadcasters are scrambling to prepare global coverage, and social media is exploding with anticipation. Fans from across the world are tuning in because they sense something special is about to happen. At the center of this moment are two players whose careers represent the powerful future of women's tennis. On one side of the net stands American superstar Coco Gauff. Already one of the most recognizable faces in the sport, she entered the tournament as the world number 4 and a Grand Slam champion despite still being in the early years of her career. Ever since her unforgettable breakthrough at Wimbledon when she stunned the world by defeating Venus Williams as a teenage prodigy, Gauff has carried the hopes of American tennis on her shoulders. And remarkably, she has delivered. Her explosive athleticism, lightning-quick defensive movement, and fierce competitive mentality have turned her into one of the most dangerous players on the tour. When she competes on home soil in the United States, the energy from the crowd often becomes a powerful weapon that lifts her game to another level. But today, that advantage may not be as overwhelming as usual. Because on the opposite side of the court stands one of the most fascinating rising stars in global tennis, 20-year-old Alexandra Eala. Eala may still be climbing the rankings, but her presence on the tour has already begun to create something extraordinary. Born in the Philippines and developed at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy founded by Rafael Nadal, she represents the dream of a nation that has waited decades to see one of its own rise to global tennis stardom. The Philippines is home to more than 100 million people, and millions more Filipinos live across the world. Together they form a passionate global community that has embraced Eala's rise with incredible enthusiasm. Whenever she steps onto the court, the support is impossible to ignore. Philippine flags wave in the stands. Fans chant her name with infectious excitement. Traditional tennis crowds suddenly transform into something louder, more emotional, and far more electric. Over the past year, tournaments around the world have started to witness what many fans now call the Eala effect. Events like the Miami Open, the Australian Open in Melbourne, and the Dubai Tennis Championships, organizers noticed a surprising pattern. Whenever Eala appeared on the schedule, crowds suddenly surged. Smaller courts filled beyond capacity. Fans stood shoulder to shoulder along the fences just to catch a glimpse of her matches. Now that same energy has arrived in the California desert. The BNP Paribas Open is already one of the most prestigious stops on the tennis calendar. Held every year in the stunning Coachella Valley, the event is often called the unofficial 5th Grand Slam because of its scale, world-class facilities, and the elite level of competition it attracts. Its centerpiece arena, Stadium 1, is the second-largest outdoor tennis stadium in the world, surpassed only by Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York. Normally, early round matches here draw solid crowds but rarely sell out completely. Most spectators save their biggest enthusiasm for the quarterfinals and semifinals when the tournament drama reaches its peak. But today is different. Hotels throughout nearby Palm Springs are reporting a sudden influx of traveling fans. Local businesses are seeing unusual levels of activity for this stage of the event. Even tournament officials admit they did not anticipate this level of attention for what should have been a routine round of 32 matchup. The reason is simple. This match feels bigger than the round it belongs to. When Coco Gauff and Alexandra Eala walk onto that court, the moment will feel like a collision between two powerful forces shaping the next generation of women's tennis. One represents established stardom and proven championship pedigree. The other embodies the thrilling unpredictability of a rising global phenomenon whose story is only beginning. And somewhere inside that packed stadium in the California desert, with 16,000 fans watching every move, the tennis world may witness the exact moment when the future of the sport begins to change. Every winner ignites a wave of noise. Every dramatic rally tightens the tension. And every point feels like it carries the weight of something bigger than a normal third-round match. The atmosphere surrounding this showdown has grown into something electric, something that feels closer to a championship night than an early tournament battle. That same charged energy has now reached the desert courts of Indian Wells Tennis Garden. Thousands of Filipino fans from across the United States have made the journey to witness the rise of their national tennis hero. Many have traveled from cities across California, Nevada, and even the East Coast just to be part of the moment. The result is a stadium atmosphere unlike anything usually seen this early in the tournament. Inside the massive Stadium 1 arena, more than 16,000 spectators are expected to create a rare split environment. On one side, American fans proudly supporting their superstar Coco Gauff. On the other, a passionate global Filipino community rallying behind their rising icon Alexandra Eala. Two crowds. Two flags. Two futures of women's tennis colliding on one court. And if that storyline was not dramatic enough already, the history between these two players adds an even deeper layer of intrigue. Just 2 weeks earlier, the same matchup took place thousands of miles away at the Dubai Tennis Championships. The quarterfinal meeting was highly anticipated, with analysts predicting a competitive clash between an established top star and one of the tour's fastest rising talents. Instead, the result was brutally decisive. Gauff delivered a commanding performance from the very first game, dismantling Eala in straight sets. Her speed around the court, relentless defensive coverage, and aggressive pressure quickly exposed the gap that can still exist between a promising challenger and a proven top-5 player. Throughout the match, Gauff dictated the rhythm. She attacked second serves with confidence, controlled rallies with powerful baseline shots, and constantly forced Eala into uncomfortable defensive positions. Long exchanges almost always ended with the American star taking control. Within a short time, the match was over. For many observers, the dominant victory raised uncomfortable questions. Had the excitement surrounding Eala's rise arrived too early? Was the gap between potential and elite reality still too wide? But sports history is filled with stories where defeat becomes the spark for something greater. And that is exactly why this rematch feels so fascinating. For Alexandra Eala, stepping onto the court today means far more than simply advancing to the next round of the BNP Paribas Open. It represents a chance to rewrite the narrative created in Dubai, a chance to prove that one loss does not define her future, a chance to show that she possesses the resilience, tactical intelligence, and mental toughness required to challenge one of the best players in the world. For Coco Gauff, the challenge carries a different kind of complexity. Dominating an opponent once does not guarantee the same result in a rematch, especially when the conditions have changed dramatically. The courts at Indian Wells are famously slower than those in Dubai. The dry desert air creates higher bouncing balls, and the atmosphere of a sold-out stadium introduces an entirely new psychological element. Those factors can transform the rhythm of rallies. And they could potentially open the door for Eala to unleash parts of her game that were neutralized in their previous encounter. Tennis analysts have already begun dissecting the tactical battle that may decide the outcome. Gauff's game is built on elite athleticism. She is widely considered one of the fastest players on the WTA Tour, capable of chasing down shots that would normally be clean winners against almost anyone else. Her backhand in particular stands out as a weapon, flat, powerful, and remarkably consistent under pressure. However, even a player of her caliber has moments of vulnerability. This season, her serve has occasionally become a point of frustration. Double faults have appeared at critical moments, especially when tension rises during high-pressure situations. If that pattern appears again in front of 16,000 roaring fans, it could provide Eala with rare opportunities to attack and build momentum. On the opposite side of the net, Eala brings a style heavily influenced by years of training at the Rafael Nadal Academy founded by Rafael Nadal, a naturally left-handed player. She generates awkward angles that many opponents struggle to handle. Her heavy topspin forehand can push rivals deep behind the baseline, forcing them into uncomfortable defensive positions. And the slower Indian Wells conditions may actually amplify those strengths. High bouncing shots could disrupt Gauff's rhythm and extend rallies, giving Eala more time to construct points and apply strategic pressure. Still, executing that strategy will require extreme precision. Gauff's backhand is arguably her strongest shot, meaning a traditional left-handed crosscourt exchange would play directly into the Americans' comfort zone. To succeed, Eala may need to take calculated risks, driving the ball down the line and forcing Gauff to defend with her forehand under pressure. That approach demands courage. Because in a stadium this loud, every single point will feel amplified. One spectacular winner will trigger an explosion of cheers. One mistake could shift the emotional momentum of the entire arena. And that is exactly why this match has captured the imagination of the tennis world. It is not just about rankings. It is not just about statistics. It is about belief, momentum, and the possibility that one unforgettable performance could completely reshape the story of the tournament. As the players prepare to step onto the court inside the roaring arena of Indian Wells Tennis Garden, the desert air vibrates with anticipation. One powerful question hangs over the stadium. Will Coco Gauff's experience, speed, and championship pedigree deliver another dominant victory? Or will Alexandra Eala seize this moment, under the lights, in front of 16,000 fans, to produce the biggest win of her career and announce herself as the sport's next global superstar?